Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. You're very welcome to follow any of our signals as long as you are on SIM. All our signals are automated based on ATM, full automated ATM strategy. And then we have a different type of an auto trade. It's a normal auto trade and have a huge package inside the auto trade. We will be talking about this one as well. Normally we start at 10 a.m. Today we started a bit early. We are testing the new Steam on YouTube, so we are just testing this to see if is everything gonna work before 10 o'clock our official time. So it seems like everything is okay. So we're not gonna cut it off. We're gonna stay. But our official time is 10 o'clock. We're gonna be quiet a little bit until 10 o'clock. One of the things, just to update what's going on so far, we had a buy signal earlier, like half an hour ago. We had a buy entry on the ES 279175 and a hit target 2805. We hit the target. As you see here, we already hit the target and we closed our position. Also on the NASDAQ, we hit the target. We have an entry. We made over 200 takes on this target, 863825. Target was 86.92, 185 now takes, but is already target hit, and we have a closed position. As you notice here, after the target hit, where the estimated, the auto trade saying where is the target hit, we have a reversal. Our reversal are not repaint reversal, they are staying there. And now we have a re-entry point at 86.8025. You're very welcome to follow any of our signals as long as you are on a SIM. As you see those numbers here with this line, 869050, those are a re-entry point. There is a re-entry point on the ES 279750, and there is a re-entry point right here, 23404 on the ES. So right now everything is working fine. Based on one contract, the market analyzer is 573 ticks, was up to 700 ticks under the profit based on one contract. The scalpers, this is the scalper, is the same thing. The same entry is 595 ticks right now at the moment, but it was a much higher earlier on the scalper, which we will be covering the scalpers as well. And we will be covering some of the other automated trades. They have not closed position yet. We still have the NASDAQ. We nailed, we already hit the target, and we nailed 2,435. But we still have one trade, is a runner, the last trade. So at the moment, we have 2,435 based on those three contracts already closed, and we still have 725 on the last target, and hopefully we are gonna nail this last entry, and then we will close that one as well. And if we if we look at the box where it says a daily profit, you can see the last trade was 705. Total of trades 2,435 we nailed, and we still have one automatic. It's not use a trailing stop. It is an automatic. You can use a trailing stop loss, or if you want to, you can also override the auto trade by going up here and a close position. If we do that, then we'll close. You have 2,435 here, and then you add the 695 on it, and then it will be a little above 3,000. If you want to close it manually, you can do that as well. Let's go on the ES. This one here, we are using two contracts. I think we are using 2 or 3 on this one here. And on the last trade, we nailed 600. 612, and we still have no, actually it is 3, and we still have one more to deal with on the ES, and then we are using a trailing stop. The trailing stop is 279 875, so that's okay. We are okay with this one here as well, and we will be also, if we wanted to, those are different type of an auto trade. It's not the blue charts are connected to the signal on the left upper corner. Those auto trade has nothing to do with the signal. Those auto trades is a total different type of an auto trade, and this auto trades have an A scalper, B scalper, C scalper, and it has a different entry. So what we have done, we combine all what we have for the last 10 years, we combine it all in one auto trade to make it work. We got the best of the best for the last 10 years, what we have developed, and we put them all in the TI7. For the scalper on the left upper corner here, it is the scalper. You can use a 15-second or you can use 30-second. And on this one here, we are using the CL. This is also an automated signal. And then what you do, I normally like to use the ATM because on the ATM, I can take it and break it even. And like now, if you want to, I can extend the target if I want to and let the auto trade take those trades. Let the auto trade take the trade, estimate where I need to exit, where I need to enter, and then I will manage my own trade. Thank you very much. So if you want it to be full automated, you can. If you want to do swing trading, you can. And if you wanted to do a little bit more advanced trading, the difference between that kind of auto trade, the one on the left corner, it is if this market moving, you will be making money. If the market not moving, you will be walking away with nothing. On this one here, you still can survive even on a slow day because you're going to have some slow days, around summers, around Christmas. You're going to have slow days. Mondays are very slow. Even on a normal day, Mondays are very slow. You cannot swing trade. So this is something that you will not walk away free on a slow day. And then you can go ahead and use the scalper. And the scalper at least can pick up a few ticks here and there for you. So depends how every trader is. Advanced trader. Trader is not advanced. Disaster trader, professional trader, medium trader, aggressive trader, conservative trader. They come in a lot of colors. The traders, they don't come in one color, and each one have their own style or have their own principle or they have their own risk. So you cannot just take one size and fit it to everyone. Every trader is different. We have learned that for the last 10 years. So I'm not going to say sit down right now. Our official time is 10 o'clock. So we're going to go ahead and stay quiet. And if I see something from now till 10 o'clock, yes, I'll be more than glad to highlight it for you. Thank you very much, and we wish you the best luck. The market will be open very soon. We wish everyone the best luck, and please try to be safe. Thank you very much. This is a typical example on the, I'm going to close this. This is a typical example on those three trades. We have 900 on the ES, and we are still missing on a daily target 100. Here is the question. Should I keep it for that 100, or should I stop it for 100? Right now it's 9:30, the market's open, and things can change. And maybe in this condition here, you're still missing 100 for the ES trade. As you see from the box here, it is 900 on those three trades. So things you can do is you can wait maybe 10-15 minutes if you want to continue trading, and then what you can do, pause it, and then wait another 5-10 minutes so the market can come down a bit and take a trade if you like to. Or if you are happy with the 900, you stop trading. You don't need to go ahead and risk for what you ever took for today. And this is $1 million question. What do you think? I mean, I don't think things can change at 9:30. And at the moment, like what I have told you, if you go back to the video, I said this is the re-entry point 2797.25, and this is exactly what happened. This is the re-entry. Go back to the video. 30 minutes ago, we told you there is a re-entry at 2797.25, and this is exactly what happened, re-entry at 27. And we still have missing 100, and we cannot do anything. However, on the NASDAQ, the target, the last target closed, and we got 3,500 exactly on this trade. And do I need to run it again? Do you really want to run it again? And if you packed in 3,500 on before even the markets open, and we started here around 8. The first trade was around 8:15, and this is where we started, 8:15, and you were done by 9:30, and you already packed in more than what any amateur trader can nail in 1 month. And this is a 3,500. Do you really need to go farther with that trade? Is up to you. This is something a trader should learn how to be how to protect his profit and not overtrade, because I don't know what will happen in half an hour from now. If we have hit our target, why bother again with it? It's up to you how you want to play your game, higher risk, So we have the gold is about to hit the target. We can extend a little bit on the gold to see if we can get anything out of it, and then we break even. That's why I like the ATM. I can increase my target. The system estimated that target, because every target is different. Depends on the market movement. 1756, so I extended the target to the next level below the fib. I don't know. So either it's going to blow in my head, or it's going to go all the way up to the 1766. It's up to the trade. And on the CL, and now it's going back and forth. I don't like that, going back and forth a lot. So might as well go ahead and break it even. So we are on a free trade on the CL. We don't need to worry about it anymore. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. There's plenty of trades where it comes from. So let's keep those. And not much going on, actually. I mean, it's just the market's open, but there is not much going. Okay, we crossed the 1,000 ticks based on one contract, and on the scalper, we crossed the 700 ticks on that. So we will see how it's going to turn out. The white charts is belong to the scalper on the right upper corner, and the blue charts, they are belong to the left upper corner market analyzer. This is an ES 4 minutes. We were doing the 1 minute, and this is the 4 minutes. The 1 minute already nailed 900, and this is the 4 minutes. It's the same auto trade, but it's on 4 minutes. And when you see the background, that means they are on the different accounts. Okay, the CL is done. I'm gonna get it out of the way. And the gold is sinking. Okay, we closed the second one, and the target is 1,000. So now we closed the second one, and now we are already on 1,325. The difference between this one, if you go back to the video, this one here with a trailing stop, this one here was with a trailing stop nailed 900. On this one here, there is no trailing stop. It's an automatic. You can use automatic or trailing stop. It's up to you. And this one here is going to stay on the trend until the trend is over. So we noticed for the last 10 years, there is some traders don't understand how the trailing stops work, or I'm very famous about that. Do not like dummy trailing stops. I like technical trailing stop, but I do not like dummy trailing stops. They just follow the market by 10 ticks or 20 ticks. It doesn't make sense to me. I prefer, for me, for a guy wanted to use a trailing stop, he can. We put this option on the auto trade. But for me, I can see this is an example. Most of the guys with an auto trader don't want to even touch anything. That's fine. I respect that. I respect everybody's feeling. But for me, if I wanted to take it as a career, I will not just be at the mercy of the market. God gave me brain to look at it, to look at the market, what is telling me. So as what we see here on the ES saying, there is a resistance line, and there is a projection line at 28.20.75, and there is a hard resistance at 28.22. I don't need a brilliant trader to look at this. So right now I have, for me, this kind of auto trade, when if you want to overwrite that auto trade, yes, you can overwrite it, and it seems like this one here has the trailing stop. But for me, I don't like to use the dummy trailing stop. For me, I can see now there is a couple reversal here, and it seems like the ES is in trouble. So I don't need the trailing stop. I can close it from that here, from that area here. I can close it and walk away. I already nailed on the first two trade 13.25, and I have 14.50 right now in my hand, plus 13.25 already closed. So that will put you over $3,000. And then on the NASDAQ already closed this one here in front of you today over 3,500. So this is almost $7,000 on both of its chart, and this is a very serious business, you know. And things is how to run the auto trade, when to run the auto trade, and how to override the auto trade and force it to close, you know, and not to keep poking the market and put your fingers in the fires. And in other words, I don't know if this afternoon is going to be a good run. I don't know if it's going to be sideways. I don't know if it's going to be chop. Um, I mean, for us, the ones that have been here long enough for over 20 years, we can open more charts, 30 minutes chart, 1 hour chart, 240 minutes chart, and we can study, analyze what's going on in the market, and then we can make a decision. No big deal. But for this poor guy coming in, he don't have this much knowledge. Uh, why you want to risk for what you made on the first hour or 2 hours and keep trying to play with the fires where you don't belong there? So if whether your target is 200 or 2,000 or 1,000 is irrelevant here. It is how much we can keep, not to keep going 24/7. A lot of amateur traders thinks auto trading, the longer hours you use it, the more money you make. It is not true. Absolutely not true. This is a myth. This is misleading to the traders. This is false statement. And I challenge anyone can prove the other way. There is no way in auto trade, any kind of auto trade, any advanced auto trade, can trade 24/7 and earn money. Not even at the banks. We worked at the banks. We worked in Luxembourg. We worked in Switzerland. We know what's going on. You cannot, even they have 13, 14 IT people adjusting the auto trade constantly to trade. And out of 300 trades a day, they have 100 or 150 trades are losing trades. You cannot, just for you as one person, use a Ninja Trader platform with a just normal connection and basic knowledge, and you're going to go sit down and whack the market 24/7. Why? How? Who are you? How are you going to do that? I'm not trying to, with all the respect to everyone, but I need to put every trader to reality that you cannot auto trade 24/7. What you need to do, build your skill from 8 o'clock to 10, 11 o'clock, based on one contract, couple of 300, 1,000, 2,000, depends on what kind of money you have, how much money you can afford to lose. All this, you have to put it in front of you before you start auto trading. And then once you start getting the habit of it, you stay between 9 and 12, 8 to 11 o'clock, and then what you do, you increase your lot, but you do not increase the timing on the auto trade because you think by increasing the timing you will be making more money. No. Probably if you make $3,000 on an auto trade by 10 o'clock, and if you're going to keep going, most likely those $3,000 you're going to smoke them away. And because I don't know what is going to happen half an hour from now. I don't know what is going to happen 2 hours from now. And probably you will end up making 10,000, or could be you're losing your pants off. So, guys, this is a very high risk place where there is no mistakes. Every person make a mistake has to pay right on the spot. Don't care if your name is Tom or Mike, or you are from California or New York. It doesn't matter where you're from. If you make a mistake in this business, you have to pay. Immediate pay. They care less who you are. So what I'm trying to say, try to protect your profit and don't overtrade. This is one thing. If you are on $2,000-3,000 account, use a micro account to start with, so you will not smoke your money away right away. I try to go on 4 contracts on a micro account, NASDAQ, 4 contracts, micro account, ES, and then start growing slowly. Learn how to manage your auto trade, learn how to manage your money. You cannot just get an auto trade, push button, lift off, and then we are on the moon. This is not going to happen, guys. It is very important the timing when to start an auto trade. It is very important before the auto trade how to manage the auto trade. And the third thing, how much you can afford, how much you know about the market. If you have a $3,000 and you're going to go ahead and turn on an auto trade on 4 contracts with an ES and you have only $3,000, and how about if this market goes the opposite direction, how long your $3,000 is going to last? So you cannot afford to go on a 4 contracts if you have a $3,000 account, but you can afford to go on a micro account. As an example here, that auto trade now 2,600. If you are on a micro account, it's $260 on a $3,000 investment on a micro account. I can take that. I can accept $260 on a 3,000. I can accept that. But if you have a 3,000 and you're trying to make 3,000, I had one guy one time, he called me, he said, Sam, I'm not asking that much. He have a $3,000 account. He wanted to make $500 a week, and the 3,000 has to be making at 6,000, and the 6,000 will be 12,000, and the 12,000 and 24, and he's not asking for much. So what he's asking to make over 100% every day, and that is not going to happen. A guy has no knowledge. Even if you have a knowledge, even if you have 30 years experience, you cannot earn 100% a day. You're going to have some bad days. You're going to have some good days. And here's the secret. When you tell them you have some good days and a bad days, they are so much away from the reality. And then they say, what's wrong with your auto trade? You trying to tell me it does not make money every day? And I say, what's wrong with your head? Because there is no auto trade is going to print out money for you day and night without any risk. If this market right now going to die on us, you're going to lose every dollar you have earned this morning. Plus, not just the 2,600 on the ES and the 3,500 on the NASDAQ. Easily, you can smoke $7,000 on a bad day. Easily. This is a future trading, folks. This is not a banana trading. This is a future trading, and a lot of traders, the biggest mistakes we have noticed, and those are the nightmares. People have no money. They borrow money to trade. They borrow money to buy a software. They have no knowledge, and they get so much behind before they start with, and then they need to go live as soon as possible to earn their money to pay their loans because they borrowed money from everything. He has no experience. He has no money. He borrowed money. He borrowed the software. And now he needs to go immediately on a live trade, and he don't have time for training. And then what happened? He get whacked within 3 days, and now he is in more trouble. And those kind of people are the worst nightmare for the trading industry, because they cannot recognize this is not good. They cannot recognize this is dangerous game. So guys, be careful with that, and you need to be very, very cautious how you want to do. When you're trying to trade, you need to be extremely careful how you need to have the right training. You need to practice as much as you can on a sim before you start going and taking a live trade and get yourself in trouble. And the problem is when you're trying to tell those guys, you need to do some training. Some people takes 3 weeks. Some people takes 8 weeks. Depends on this guy, how much knowledge. And I have one guy a couple of days ago asking me, would this software be good to me? And I said, I don't know you as a student, because like you have a teacher and you have 50 people in the class, and then you have one guy get A plus, one guy get a B plus, and one get F minus, and another guy he will get a banana. He will not even you know. So it's the same class and the same teacher, and each student gets different grades. So I cannot say if that student gonna be good or not if he's not willing to work to himself, to his money, to his career. I'm not his mother to babysit him. We will help him, but it is his this guy he's trying to change. He needs to learn NinjaTrader platform. He needs to learn how to trade. He needs to learn to read the market. It's not me. I can teach it one time, two times, three times. You know, but if this guy is not registering, it's not my problem. And it cannot be blamed. So guys, again, this is a very serious, high risk trade. If you're not willing to work with the market, don't waste your time or somebody else's time and aggravation and get into something you are not into it. So be careful with that. Okay, we will be start around very soon, around 10 minutes. Thank you. For the guys are traded manually, this is a re-entry point right here at 87.12.25. This is a very important number. If we broke that number here, the 87.13 on the Nasdaq, then you cannot trade anymore, because now if this market, if this Nasdaq break this number here, 87.12, look at it. Between the 87.12.25 to 86.91, you cannot trade neither long or short. You cannot trade Nasdaq, neither long or short. And then here is the problem. Technically, if we break the 86.92, it is a short trade. Absolutely, you need to put an order right there. Sell order right there. Right there at 86.90.50. But here is the problem. Once we want to go short, you have a three major support area, so the short is not going to go through. Can you see? So immediately, we know this 8713.75, where the system has calculated as a re-entry. If we are breaking that area, we're going to go through nightmares trading. And the same story apply on the ES. As you see, the ES right now estimated as a re-entry 870,775, and it's holding. There is nothing wrong with it, it's holding. Here is my problem with the ES. If the ES broke this 280,775, we are going to get short, but the short today, so far, at 9.55 is not valid. Why is not valid? Because we are facing a major support area at 28.0425, followed by 28.075. That means this is a scalping, folks. There is no swing trade into the short side. So here is the problem right there, that if you wanted to short your NASDAQ and short your ES, when they go below those technical level, it's going to be scalping mood, not swing trading. And God help this guy, he cannot read that. God help this guy if he's auto trading and not looking what the market is telling him, because he's going to bump in or he's going to sink in. If this NASDAQ sink in below the 87.1550 and trying to activate an auto trade between 87.15 and 86.9275, if he's trying to activate any kind of auto trade between those two levels, God help us. Because this one here, there is no direction in this area. There is a certain areas in the market you cannot trade. It is, you need to sit on the side, and you should not be trading. You should wait. As we see right now, the NASDAQ, look, this is the technical area, and now the NASDAQ, if it's going to break that area here, and drop and break all those numbers to the 86.92, we are going to nightmare with the trading. Why? Because below the 86.9175, there is a short. Short is in order. But again, we are going to face a lot of bumpers on the way, a lot of turbulence before we can hit the target somewhere. And that it is where a guy been around, he can avoid that and stay away from it. And a guy cannot see what he's doing. He's going to go right through it and hit the wall with it. And here's the fun part. He's going to say the auto trade or the system is not good. He's not going to say the driver was bad. No. He's not going to say, I didn't see it. He's going to say the system is bad. So this is a really, right now the market starts sinking in below those numbers here. So I will not mess with the NASDAQ anymore. I will wait. And if I wanted to mess with the NASDAQ, I will follow the scalpers on the NASDAQ. And this is the scalper right now. If we look at the scalpers, this is a little bit magnify what's going on in the market. If we look at the scalper is based on 30 seconds or 15 seconds, whatever you like. And if we look at the ES, is to the sell position, NASDAQ to the buy position, and the YM to the sell position. That means it's not, they're not in sequence. And then the 30-year Treasury bond is into the buy position. This is right, should be in the buy position, and the ES should be in the sell position. But the NASDAQ here is not in sequence with the ES and NASDAQ. So that means there is a play in the market, and now one of them is wrong and it's not working right. If we look at the 1 minute, you can see it's still all of them to the positive area. So right now you gotta really be careful. The market is going through direction. Either the market gonna sink in like a boat, or the market is gonna revive from the re-entry point at 28.07 and go up again. And if it does, that will be much better for us than to go short today. Because if we are going to go short on the NASDAQ today, there is a lot of people going to lose a lot of money on the short trade. Absolutely. So you got to be careful with that. Okay, guys, as you see right now, this is what we are scared of. The 28.11.25, it seems like it's to start giving in. And the 87.23 right now start giving in. So we are start gonna go in a dive with the short trades. And your best offer is to follow the scalpers. This is not good if you want to swing trade the short side right now. It's not gonna be a pretty picture. So let's get ready for the short trades, scalping mood. This is where a lot of traders cannot read it. Exactly what we have said. If this number, if the market drop and sink in between those numbers, it's going to be a nightmare. And this is exactly what's going on. Look at this. Back and forth. This is hands off, guys. This is a really hands off. Here, this area here, once we start sinking in, look at this. This market going back and forth after we sink in from that number here. And now the ES is in trouble, start sinking in and going back. Now it is like taking a fish out of the water. It's just flipping. So hands off trades at the moment. There is nothing we can do. Close positions. If you are auto trading, close your auto trade. There is nothing anymore. You need to flat out everything. Except if you are trading the gold, it is a very good news for you. If you stay on the gold, ES, Nasdaq, Dow Jones close position is finished, is over. And this is what it is. This is it's not the $1 million, it's the auto trade. The $1 million is when to stop, when to start. And right now, I will not invest $1 in this market. We need to wait another 5-10 minutes to see which direction they want to go to. Whoever made money made money. Who did not make money, you live tomorrow to make money. But right now, it's impossible to make money. It's very simple and sweet. And you want to challenge it, go ahead, jump and challenge the market. We always, if we want to challenge the market, we always wind up losing. You cannot challenge the market. You just go with the flow with it. As we see, right now there is nothing but trouble. Hands off. I'm not going to encourage anyone to trade. If you are on the gold trade, stay on it. If you're not, take a break. And we are taking a break. Thank you. Look, guys, this is today is really important. What we are saying. Look at this. After this market sink in those key numbers in the market, they are the most important things for you to keep your eye on. After this market starts sinking, first, this is a re-entry point. This is a re-entry point, and it worked. But when the market broke those numbers, now you can see this market is not tradable, is having a problem. Now start building heavy resistance on the NASDAQ. We have a projection right where the system estimated the target. And as you see here where it says buy at 2791.75, target 2816.50, and that was an hour ago we estimated, the system estimated. Anyway, there is nothing happening here. And when you are taking a long, look, please listen. When the market did go up, you think the market is going up, you go long, and the market sink in. You think it's short, then you go short. The market did go up, then you go up, the market starts sinking again, you lose. And it's very known well, every average trader is between 10 to 20 ticks. It's very known well. And anyway, the market did go up, you think the market is going up, what happened? The market, it got stuck on the projection at 2816 level. Now, the NASDAQ is building a heavy resistance on this area here. It's going to require a lot of buying powers in order for us to penetrate that 87.45 and 87.56. It's going to be impossible, not unless if there is some heavy buyers in the market. Physical heavy buyers, not numbers. So, this is where we have said hands-off trading. Those the area where you do not trade. And this is sometimes can be at 8:30, sometimes can be at 9 o'clock. And we had some traders when they first started with us, they say, what time you think Sam is going to... I don't know tomorrow what time is going to happen. It could be 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30. Maybe it's not going to happen. I don't know what will happen tomorrow. But when the market in those conditions and starts sinking in, below or above when we are trading, this is a critical area. If the market has been short and it's been down and it start going up, it's the same story again. Another things what we have done to the system, if we look, we have used two yellow lines on both of direction, and this is the two lines. I don't believe in overbought, oversold theory. I believe in supply and demand anyway. But if we look, and this is where when the market goes between or start going into this yellow line, that means there is no more buying you need to do. There is no more buying. Actually, once the market get in to between those two yellow lines, as you see here, when the market came in between those two yellow lines, and there is a resistance, and there is a reversal, those reversals are not repaint. This is where professional traders start taking short, amateur traders start taking long. Very simple. And this is where exactly the short is going to start rolling back and forth. You dive into a lot of a chop market, you lose money, you stop, but the guy knows what he's doing. This is a short area, and the rest is a history. There is nothing to talk about anymore for him. So as we see this market here, and the same story here, we have those two yellow lines, 277.50 and 68.25. And once this market drop and start hitting this area, that's mean hands off short trade, and now you need to look for a reversal entry. The secret, the reversal, the money is in the reversal, not in the trend. But the problem is we have covered that so many times on the reversal. If you don't know how to, if you're not a good trader and you cannot spot a reversal, the reversal can work against you if you don't know what you're doing. And there is rules how you can take a reversal. You don't go 2 contracts on a reversal or 4 contracts on a reversal. The way you need to go on a reversal, we have covered that last year on YouTube here live. We have covered how to do reversal. But if I wanted to go reversal, I will not go on a 4 contracts reversal. What we will do, once the market entered between those 2 yellow line, I will put 1 sell order here, example, and then I will put the second sell order either on that line or on that line. If I get filled on the first one and the market dropped, then it's fine. If it's not, then I will have the second sell reversal, and then if you want to, you can also, depends who you are, you can put a third. And this is how you need to reverse, by finding where is those limits, and then you start reversing the market. And it is superb reversal. I don't want to get you lost on the reversal, and this is a very high advanced trading. I don't want to get into this right now. My main concern right now today is how to recognize when the market is a chop and when you need to auto trade, or when you need to stay away from a trade. This is another example here. If we look at this NASDAQ on the 1 minute, as we see here, we have crossed this very critical area, and this is where the most of the amateur traders, or they are auto trading an ATR or a MACD, those are out of shape, out of condition for, I don't know, for many years ago. They were good in the 80s. So now when we are coming in here, what we need to look for, this is one level. I will short out on that level. Especially if you have a micro account, you can do that. And this is another one. And this is another one if you have a micro account, so you will not lose your pants. And this one here, this is a, so this, I don't want it to do that. But those are the rules on the short, or if you want to reverse the market, so you know where is the level, and then you start shorting out. We have a double resistance here. Most likely the double resistance is going to hold. So every time you see double resistance, the market is going to stop. Every time you see double resistance, the market is going to stop. Look at this. Now we have the projection at 28, 21, 25. And if we look at the ES, stop at that area, and it's trying to break that area here. And it is really having a hard time breaking that area here. And the same story right now on the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is climbing. Everybody start jumping on the buying power, but the professionals are not buying. They are sitting here. The higher it's going to get, the more they're going to nail it to the short side, and then they exit in somewhere in this area here around 87.23. And as we see here, the ES, look at this. The details is right there, and as we see, there is a projection, double resistance. So this is a very key on the ES, whether it's gonna make it or break it. And look at this, start sinking in, and this is gonna apply the same story on the NASDAQ. So that's why it is very important, guys, to understand what's going on in the market and what the market is telling you before you start taking any trades. On a days like this, when the market is slowing down, you need to immediately switch to the scalper signal. On the scalper signal, you still can survive. Look, You see the ES? Look at this. You still can survive, and you still can get some ticks. You still can get some ticks and leave it alone. And you close it and you leave it. And as we see here, those are trying to grab something. And on the ES, it's not going to make it. That trade on the ES is not going to make it on the scalper. Why? Because as we explained to you, Houston, we have a problem. You know, there we go. Look at this. And now the NASDAQ came in little bit below this double resistance and start sinking in. And that it is the nightmare for an amateur trader. This is where he's going to lose practically all his money in one day. I love trading. Ernest, okay. We have one of the traders trading the NASDAQ. What is it, 1400 on the NASDAQ? Yeah, you can see it here. The profit, 1410. This is not bad, Ernest. Congratulations. He's talking about the number 10 template. The number 10 template is an amazing, yes. And I have it too, Ernest. I have it too. I have not showed it, but I have it. And it is a good one. And again, look, guys, even on the scalper, you see how this line on the Russell, I cannot cover every market. It's 122.19. You know, we have one guy, I forgot, he requested to put the 6E for him. And I don't go after the 6E anymore, but he wants the 6E. I don't know. The euro dollar forex. Okay. We had an email a few days ago, and now I just remembered. So for that gentleman, send us an email. He wants a 6E. There we go. You got 126. But I don't trade the 6E. I have not in years. But welcome to it. I just remembered. Let's give him the scalper as well. If he can get benefits out of it, why not? Okay. This is your scalper as well. And that's good, Ernest. And this is, if you remember, guys, from the webinar when we did some challenge on the, when we give you a template and trying to see if we can do it better. Actually, this is the first trade, but this one is from one of our members, Patel, if you remember, in the room. And this is his template. And he's using 4 minutes Hakanachi. I'm not using Hakanachi. I'm using normal minutes. But he's using Hakanachi. That's fine. But this is a Patel template. And it's doing fine, actually, the 4 minutes. I don't have, I kept my eye on it. It's doing extremely well. He did a very good job on it. Can you see, guys, there is nothing to trade? Can you see this market is going back and forth? I mean, when you see it from here to here, you say, okay, it's trending. But the reality, when you're taking a trade going back and forth, is knocking you out of the trades constantly. So the Russell, if we notice, look at this. I mean, this is really powerful. You don't need an indicator. The Russell came in and got stuck on the resistance 1221 right there, right in front of you. That's mean, call it off. You know, that's why you can. And here is the YM also. If we look at the YM, you have a 1200 on that trade, and it seems like on the last bumper, the YM having a problem to nail the last few takes. So what you are waiting on for you to get your hand dirty and put it right there somewhere and say, I'm protecting at least $1,000 on that trade. Here is another example. I have a gold on 2,400 scalping, and now the gold is getting stuck on that line here is 1762. Why I need the market make a decision for me here? I'll tie it up. I will go ahead and protect my profit. And so for the guy, it's not going to be touching the market for some reason. It's not going to walk away with the same guy. Is keep his eye on the market. I'm not saying to stay constantly watching the market, but you still can go wash your car or do something, but keep your eye on your trade once in a while. And there we go. Protect your profit. What's wrong with that? We're done with that gold. It's been forever, and we are done with it. And let's keep our eye on tying up the stop. And the Russell, there we go. Don't need any brilliant trader to see where you need to put your trailing stop. And there we go. Either it's going to make it or break it. At least you secure some of your profit. And now we're going to go ahead and lock some of the profits out. And that's it. You know, this is funny. Our member, you know, are you using number 10 on 3 minutes, Ernest? You got me confused because mine on the NASDAQ, it just finished right now. And this is really funny because also it's the same number, 1410, but I'm using 1 minute. You are using 3 minutes. So I don't know what you've done to it, but you know what? We got the same numbers. You got 1410. You know, this is really funny because also on the previous one, I have 205 and you have 205. You are using 3 minutes and I'm using 1 minute. And it's still the same story. Yeah, but I have the same numbers. You see, you have the 3 minutes. You see the previous trade. Look, Ernest, you have 205 on the previous trade. Me too, on the previous trade, I have 205. You see that? And 1410, 1410, but you are using 3 minutes, I'm using 1 minute, and we are still getting the same numbers. That's scary. That is good scary. It's not a bad scary, but this is really, that's mean we are getting the same precise entry. And this is a very, very good. So, and this is this is one of our traders, Patel, a template. He told me he's been I don't know where is Patel. Oh yeah, he's quarantined now till next week. But this is his template actually. And as you see here, what we have done, we have separate the trailing stop and the break even. And the break even, the trailing stop, the break even, the trailing stop, and the stop loss, we have separated them. They are not in one algorithm anymore. We have separated them, as you see here, because we have separated them. So what you see, there is a two. So you can really control the break even, and you can control the stop loss, and you can control the trailing stop. That's why we have separated them. So this is I find it very useful. Stand having them all in one algorithm, because also to our traders you have the automatic closing position. So right now the automatic closing position can work with the trailing stop, stop loss, or a break even. Whatever comes first, you can do that. Or if you want to increase your break even, or if you find yourself you are in trouble, you have the stop loss separate from the break even, and the trailing stop is separate from the others. So they are working now on a different algorithm and a different, this way that will give a freedom to the trader to control whatever he want to do, and we are going to I'm not going to increase the target. I'm going to leave them those as they are right now. On the other auto trades, they're all close position. We're not going to go through all of it. And guys, for the ones who have the zone, I mean, I cannot do everything for you. I normally look at the 1 minute here. Look at this. But why don't you, I mean, if you have your favorite chart like Ernest, he like to use that template, number 10 template. A lot of traders are using number 10 templates. But I mean, if this is your favorite chart, why don't you put the zone on it? So you can, if you want to, you can override it, and you can see if, like now, look at this. It's a very obvious. a double resistance, reversal is coming back to the 28.24. If you are in the trade, it's fine, but you cannot take any more trades in here in those areas. Whether long, you cannot even think about long. You can reverse the market from those areas. It's finished. This is right now 1036. A reversal is fine. The highest you're gonna get today is 2836, which I doubt it very serious we're gonna get there. But why don't you put the zone on your auto trade? Then you can look at the fib lines. Even if you are not using them, let your eye get trained to what's going on in the market. Don't look at numbers. Today, this one here is 3,000, could be tomorrow 300. Dismiss the numbers and trying to look at the technical side from that. So, even if you are not trading the fibs, if you put the fibs on your auto trade, you don't have to put them on every chart, but if you put your fibs on your auto trade, and then a day in and a day out, you start observing what's going on in the market. You don't need an indicator because you're looking at the future. You're making a bet in the future. And indicators is okay, but it's not looking at the futures. The indicators are following what the market is telling them. You know, when the market goes up, it tells you it's going up. When the market is down, it's telling you going down. Simple as that. But when you split this market in levels, ignore all this whatnots. When we can split the market in levels, you don't need any more indicators, because those levels, if they are accurate, they should be more than enough, because you're going to know where is the problem is going to happen ahead of time. And when you add the zone on your auto trade, maybe you're not going to use them, but when you are a day in and a day out, you start getting used to it, and you start observing how they work in conjunction with your auto trade. And this is a very important for your eye to get used to what's going on in the market. On the market analyzer here, we crossed 2,000 ticks based on one contract. On the scalper, we are 1,100 based on one contract. We have the YM closed as well. Just closed. And also on 1 minute. Not some funny stuff, Renko bars and line breaks, whatever that is. We are using minutes, and we are only using minutes. No range, no Renko, no takes, minutes. And that's what separates boys from the girls. Minutes. And it is 1,295. And this is it.
Dem der i Canada, og der var også i Italien, der hvor personalet gik sin vej, de lå døde i sengene, de gamle. De var sultet ihjel, de var simpelthen bare skrevet. Ja, ja. Nå, det er sgu. Jamen, det var fint. Jeg er rigtig glad for det. Nej, det har de. Ja, men altså det er jo fordi, hun går på første år, ikke? Det er det jo, altså de bliver jo de sidste i køen. De koncentrerer sig om dem, der er ved at afslutte uddannelsen. Ja, ja, han skal op til
as you notice, guys, the short trade start, the signal on the short trade start coming up. If we look at the market analyzer, the Nasdaq start taking a short and the Russell start taking a short. We are about to get a short on the ES, which is telling us the party is over to the long side. And once we cross that number here, everything is going to be short. So this is a really key right now on the ES. The ES, the key, always look at the key. Always look at the key to know what's going on. The key re-entry point right now is 2827. And this is not a dummy key. If we look how the line came out and stay on that line. So it does not just blindly go and look. It does not just blindly follow the market. If we look, it was following the market and it stopped right here. You know, this is a key right there. You know, and the market stayed on that line. And now it is the key 28, 27, 25. And that is right now the whole market key is 28, 27 on the ES. Whether you are an ES trader or not, you have to look at the ES. So now this is where your critical point right now. Here it is a very important right now that now the scalpers start going to the sell position. They start going to the sell position. And once we break this 28, 27, 25, this means now officially this long trades is over again. And now we are going to start looking for a short. And most likely that trade here on your ES is finished. This is a condition where what we can do, keep your eye. If you don't know if you want to protect your profit on an auto trade, whatever you are using, or doesn't matter which template you are using, keep your eye on this one here. If you want to override the auto trade, or if you want to move your trailing stop, look at this. If this number goes below the 28, 27, 25, I don't want you to blindly auto trade. What I would like you to auto trade with an educational manner, with an advanced attitude, not to just blindly turn on the auto trade and run to the kitchen window waiting for the dollar to fall. We need to look. So if we look here, should I close position, protect 3,400? This is a serious money, folks. Or should I leave it alone? If you don't know what you need to do, look at your 1 minute chart to our members and keep your eye on the 28, 27 level. If this market broke this level here, always look at the key. Always in the market, look at the key. That will guide you. If this ES broke that level, we have from the signal the floor and fibs minor and a major. So everything is based on fibs. So right now, this is the key right now. Is it going to break that level? If the market going to break that level, look where is this market sitting. You see? It can go both of directions right now. If we look at the ES, there is 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bars, 4 bars, 5 bars at this number. You cannot avoid that. So this is a key. So in order for me to make a decision on that auto trade, close, position, protect profit, or leave it alone, is coming from that area here. Or you can put that indicator on your auto trade. And look where the ES stopped. Look. I don't have to say anything. Look how powerful it is. That number. Look. Look how many times the ES came into that number. This is a key. It's going to separate between long and short. There we go. Welcome to trading. Once you start know how to read those, you should be fine. Can you learn them in 2 weeks? I don't know. Can you learn them in 1 week? I don't know. Can you learn them in 3, 4 weeks? Or you will never learn it. I don't know. It's different from one trader to another. So here is a decision point. Should I close that auto trade? Yes. You go here, there's a button, says close position. We close position, 3,125. We sucked the last tick out of that trade. We're done. You didn't leave any crumbs on the table for amateur traders. We're done. You know. So I'm going to stay a few seconds here. And now, as you see, because this scalper start giving you an early warning on the short, so of course, they start sinking in short. And you can take him, or it's 11:08. We made a very good takes today, or maybe you want to call it off for today, you know. And if I was you, I'll call it off. We're going to wait a few seconds. Now, look at this one here. We have told you before, if you go short on the NASDAQ, back then, it was not good. Look at this one here now. If we look at this NASDAQ, a lot of support area. If this market's sinking in right now here, you should not be trading the market. You should not. But then when the market come into the 874,125, look at this. Now it is open for short. Clear way all the way down. You see? So the market, you don't decide whether you want to go long or short. The market will decide for you when you need to go short or long. And this is a very clear area here that you do not touch the NASDAQ right now, because we are at the major support area, and whoever made money, and whoever didn't make money, tomorrow you'll make money or you don't. Right now, this is right now a game, waiting game. If the market goes up, I'm not interested in it anymore. We're done. The line has been broken. If we look, the market was, the farther away from that line, the stronger the trend is. But now the market came in here, collapsed, and broke that line. It's finished. The party is over to the long side. There is no more long trade. And I'm only interested in the short trade. And right now, in the short trade, I have this thick wall right here. It's preventing me taking a short trade. So right now, all what I can do, wait till this market start losing up a little bit, and I will start looking for a short trade at 87.42. We do not decide what time and when we need to take a trade. I cannot decide tomorrow if it's going to be 8 o'clock or 8:15. You need to look at this market condition, how it is, what it's telling you, and that is the key. not your auto trade, not your indicator. The key is to look at the chart and see what this market is telling you. It's a bit hard at the beginning, but very soon you will find it. That's what pays you off. Especially for the guys, they say they want to change career. You don't change a career riding on a free ride. You need to earn it. You need to earn your stripes. And this one here is not over yet until we cross all those area here. And the ES, if I want to take a short on ES, should be at 28.2275. If you want to do that, please follow us on the sim. Don't go live with it. 28.2275. Nasdaq is quite clear. Short at 236.44. This is where the short is, or 236.41. This is where the short is. You have a clearance all the way to the 235.23. Very clear. Very clear what this market is telling you. Very clear. For the guy cannot read it does not mean the market is not good today, because he couldn't read it. And on the Nasdaq, we still, why I said below that number, because we need to cross every single line in here. And that area here, you don't want to trade in that area here. If you tell me, should I go short here or should I go long here, take a quarter out of your pocket and flip it. This is your best offer. You don't need an indicator here. What you need, luck in here. The only technical short is going to be 8742, period. This is it. Finished. Over. 8742 short side. If you want to do that, please go on a sim. This is not a trading room. We're not calling trades for you. We're teaching you. We're not responsible for anybody go live in here. And look, the market came into the last drop and it finally built out of it. And this is going to be extreme chop in this area here. And the only short available is what I drew. Where is the short? And you cannot do anything better than that. Here's the short. Here is your short, 28.23. Here's your short, 87.41. And here's your short, 23.63 or 64, whatever you want. So those are our key and our short, and you cannot challenge those numbers. It has to have a clearance. It's been a very good day, a really good day, and I want to say we are extremely busy. I want to say thank you very much for today, and what is today? It's Thursday, and we will see you tomorrow on the same channel. Please be careful. Please stay safe. And for your children, your family safety, please be safe. And then we'll see you tomorrow, the same time, 10 o'clock on Friday on the same channel. God bless everyone. We hope that all of you are safe. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.